Good morning, everyone. My name's Alexander Holloway, and this is for ISA 4220, KSU Fall Semester 2019. Today we're going to go over IMAP and DNS. Internet Message Protocol stands for, this is a protocol that uses a TCP/IP connection to retrieve email from a mail server. This was developed so that multiple clients could receive email off of the same server and have full management over it. Most of the time, users leave mail on the server till the server deletes them, just for ease of access and convenience. Port 143 is usually the port that an IMAP server listens to, but IMAP over an SSL will go through port 993. Most, if not all, email clients in today's modern world use and support IMAP. This, along with POP3, are standard protocols for today's email retrieval. Many platforms such as Gmail, Yahoo Mail, and Outlook.com all have dual support that will work with both IMAP and POP3. Some advantages IMAP has over POP3 are the fact that IMAP, some users with large emails can have a faster response time and can stay connected for as long as their UI is connected to the server. This is different from POP because with POP is typically designed for brief connectability and only need to be connected for as long as it takes to retrieve their messages. IMAP is also designed to allow multiple people to connect and retrieve mail from the server at the same time, whereas POP only allows a single client to have access to the mailbox at a time. IMAP also lets users that are connected to see changes made by other users that are connected. IMAP can also store information about emails to the server. For example, data that lets other users see when an email has been read, deleted, or replied to. This is known as state information. Currently, POP has no way of storing this type of information. Another advantage of IMAP is that users can make, delete, or rename mailboxes, which are seen as folders to users, and can also copy mailbox messages. Because IMAP supports multiple mailboxes, users can also access shared or public mailboxes. Hardening. Some security recommendations for IMAP connections are using IMAPS, which uses the TCP port 993, which uses the transport security layer. Part of the CIA triads, or confidentiality, integrity, and availability, is availability. So often DNS issues can impact availability, so make sure the domain you use has at least 2 MX records and necessary redundancy in case MX records fail. Specify which IP and domain names are allowed for your email server and disable all others. DNS. DNS, or Domain Name System, is a decentralized naming system for resources connected to a private network or internet-like services and computers. It assigns domain names to each of the entities that are participating and its associated information. It then takes domain names that are familiar and associates an IP address in a numerical fashion which is used for identifying and locating computer devices and services with their associated network protocols. Since 1985, the DNS has been essential because it has been a service that gives a worldwide distributed directory service. Function. The DNS designates authoritative names servers the responsibility of giving domain names and mapping out those names to internet services. Some subdomains administrators can delegate certain authorities in their designated namespace and servers. This helps with a fault-tolerant distribution made to avoid a large central database. At its core, the DNS specifies the technical functionality of the database service. Part of the Internet Protocol Suite the DNS defines are specifications of data structures and exchanges of communication used in the DNS. Two principal namespaces. On the internet, there are two namespaces that are maintained. One is the DN hierarchy, and the other is the addresses spaces, aka the internet protocols. The DNS is basically a translator that keeps the DN hierarchy but communicates services between it and the IP address spaces. A communication protocol and the internet name servers use the domain name system. The domain name system is a server that basically stores records for the domain, and then it responds with answers to requests or queries in the database. Records. Most stored records on a DNS are CNAME or domain name aliases, reverse DNS lookup pointers, name servers, start of authority, SMTP mail servers, and IP addresses. Over time, the DNS has evolved into a more generalized purpose database used for automatic lookups of DNSSEC records or RP request, aka responsible persons records. Because it has evolved into a general purpose database, it has been working on improving its fight on spam and RBL or real-time blacklists. This is mainly structured as a zone file or text file, but there are other types of DNS servers. Hardening. Some best practices for helping secure DNS are that it is always good to have secondary servers for DNS zones. Having multiple servers helps in many ways, such as availability. If one server is unavailable or down, backup servers can answer clients' queries. Having more than one server can improve operability as it spreads the load and improves efficiency. Another recommendation is to audit your DNS zones frequently. Not doing so can leave outdated software that can become a vulnerability to potential attackers. Always keep your DNS servers up to date. This will help with out-of-date software. If you are running bind, it would be smart to hide your bind vision, which can keep an attacker from getting your DNS server version. Make sure to restrict zone transfers, and you can do this by limiting specific IP addresses that are allowed to do that. Lastly, recommendation is to disable DNS recursion to help avoid DNS poisoning attacks. And here are my references. Thank you very much, and have a great day.